Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm so happy to see you here. Honestly, I'm a little bit excited, about this book review because it wasn't planned. I don't have any script. Let's talk today about No Lotus, No Mud. It's the book of a Vietnamese Buddhist monk. His name is Thich Nhat Hanh. Honestly, I've read his book before, this one. It's called How to Love. My friend actually recommended me the other book of his, and I've decided to read it, and I've read it in a couple of hours. A little bit of prehistory. I supposed to have this book almost a year ago, like in the beginning of 2023, because I ordered a set of books for my birthday, but they did not arrive. And No Lotus, No Mud was one of them. When I started, I don't know why I started to think about this book, I decided to find it online and I've read it and I was so surprised because everything that I've learned thanks to meditation, that I've learned during this year, I've read yesterday in this book. I don't know, I think this book was destined, somehow, everything that is written there. So I want to share 5 practices of happiness that are described in this book. But before that, I just want to tell you a little bit of description, what is happening in this book in general, what it's about. And yeah, let's go. So the main idea of the book is that there is no happiness without suffering. So basically, they always go together. It's not two separate things, like life and death, like clouds and sunshine, for example, and then flower grows. When you will embrace the suffering and when you will learn how to transform it into happiness, then you can truly enjoy your life. And before we go to 5 practices for happiness, I want to read few sentences. It's the main point of the whole book, so you will understand it a little bit more. I have it here online because, as I said, they did not deliver me this book physically, so I can leave you the link in the description as well, so you can read it, if you want. If you cannot order, for example, there are different situations. So, the point. If you know how to make good use of suffering, you can produce happiness. We do need some suffering to make happiness possible. And most of us have enough suffering inside and around us to be able to do that. We don't have to create more. It's beautiful. But of course, besides suffering, the author, Thich Nhat Hanh, he is talking about happiness, that you don't need to wait for happiness. You don't need to be always happy, You can create it here and now, even in your suffering. You can transform your suffering into happiness. And this is exactly what I did during my burnout. And he has a lot of practices actually in the end of the book, meditations, mantras, etc. And he has a separate chapter with 5 practices of happiness, how to feel happy, what to do, and I want to concentrate today on that. So let's begin. The first practice for nurturing happiness, of course, it's letting go. I actually have the whole podcast about letting go and why it is so important and how it had influence on my life and my friends, when I told them about that. Actually, letting go, it's the main law of attraction, Everything that you want to attract, you have to let it go first, and it's really working, and this is so crazy. But we're gonna talk about happiness, how it has influence on happiness, right? So he says that we are bonded to so many physical things in life, and we are thinking that our happiness depends on these things, but in real life, there are real obstacles on our way to be happy and experience joy. Letting go in real life honestly takes courage, because we're really super attached to some things, to career, education, physical things, for example, like car, apartments, etc., So the moment you will learn how to let go, the moment you will realize that you can leave something behind, something that you achieved, you gained, etc., you will experience happiness right away, and he calls these things attachments, cows. So he has the exercise to write a list of your cows and start letting it go one by one. And the more you will learn how to let go, the more happy and joyful you will become. The second practice is called inviting positive seeds. We all have some negative beliefs, for example. We all have some negative qualities, right? But when you plant positive ones and you focus on them more, the negative always goes down. The point is, it's not to suppress your negative feelings, emotions, qualities, etc. The point is to give the attention to positive ones and give them some nourishment. The third practice is called Mindfulness Based Joy. You can practice mindfulness in daily practices like meditation, for example, or breathing exercises, and you can be mindful while washing dishes, while washing your clothes, cooking dinner, mopping the floor, etc. Being mindful means being able to understand, to be aware of things that are happening right here and right now. When you learn how to live mindfully, you can touch many conditions of happiness and joy that are already available for us, which means that you can create happiness and joy in daily life anytime you want. Living mindfully means being aware of everything you do in daily life. It means living more deeply every moment that is given you to live, so you will not waste your time and you will not waste your life in general. And of course, when you practice mindfulness, you notice moments of happiness and joy much more. And that's why you know how to generate these moments, how to share it with other people. And he gives the exercise, it's to write down all the conditions when you feel happy in life that are available for you right now. For example, to write all of it, so you can focus on it and you can generate these moments anytime you want. The fourth practice, of course, is concentration, and concentration, of course, comes out from mindfulness. Staying in the present moment, being mindful, takes concentration because negative feelings and emotions, they can easily take us away somewhere, and usually they come from the past or from the future, so it's super important to learn how to concentrate and come back to the present moment. And of course, if you have some negativity in your life, some stressful situations, for example, some difficulties, problems, etc., it's super important to learn how to concentrate on positive things, because the more you concentrate on positive things, the more you cultivate it in your life. As they say, where is the focus, there is a result. And the fifth practice is called insight, is understanding what is there, what feelings, what obstacles keep you away from being happy. The point is not to let ourselves to get carried away by this negativity, and instead to call up our past experiences and to remind ourselves how beautiful this moment is, to treasure the moments that we have right now. For example, there is winter outside right now, so in some countries it's super cold, and you can remind yourself that it's super hot in the summer. So how lucky you are that you can finally breathe, you have some fresh air, and for example, you can do different activities, that you cannot do in the summertime. This is called insight. And when you will learn how to do that, your joy and your happiness will grow very quickly. So these are the 5 practices for nourishing happiness. And the main point of the whole book, it's basically transforming your suffering into happiness, which means that you need to learn how to come back to your own self, to your body, look deeply inside and understand what is there, what do you feel. And then treat yourself with tenderness, with kindness and love, instead of escaping and running away and suppressing it, and release all unnecessary suffering. And then to learn how to plant seeds of happiness daily. And you can do it through practicing mindfulness, concentration, and insight. So my verdict, I'm in love with this book. In general, as I said, these books are so easy to read, because English is not my native language, so for me it's super important not to translate every single word, so I will not lose the concentration. And as I said, read as well How to Love. He has the whole set of books, how to relax, how to love, how to do something else, I don't remember, It's as well like it has short stories, as you see. It's super interesting. I remember when I was working, I was reading it at work, and the whole staff, my work team was reading it as well together with me. So I will leave you the link again in the description for this book to read online. I will see you soon in the next podcast, planned this time, So follow me, share this video, read the book, of course, and have a beautiful December. Decorate your houses, feel happy, and I will see you very soon.